Hello, my light beauties. So today my transmission is from the back of my car because it's the best place that I have to actually hold that phone in place so that I can do a video and make it the best for you. So I just wanted to say, first of all, namaste, and spirit is with you always, even in your darkest of days. I would like me to do a transmission today about what is Ascension, what is it really, and just we'll see what comes out of it. We'll see what kind of information comes out. First of all, I wanted to say that I appreciate your patience with me, as I'm not always on the channel, as I'm going through my own ascension myself and have gone through my own trials and tribulations. And I just wanted to quick say that I just got out of the hospital with an illness. As you can kind of see the remnants of what had taken place. I had a rash that appeared entirely over my whole entire body. This was maybe the third time this happened in a year, and I got really, really sick, and I couldn't even get out of bed, and it was a very trying time for me, a very trying moment. But a good friend of mine convinced me to go seek a doctor, go to the hospital, because I'm not huge on hospitals or doctors. I'm more about, obviously, the holistic healing and that you can heal yourself. But at this moment, I really did need some real intervention from a doctor, and found out that I do have a autoimmune disorder, which is called lupus, and it is something where your body, at times when your immune system gets low, it fights itself, and so it ends up killing your good cells who are there to protect you. And sometimes you get rash all over, and you get sicknesses. And it really explained a lot of things that have happened to me throughout my life. To finally have a diagnosis, although I'm not huge on putting labels and diagnoses on anything, I did need to hear something that just a validation kind of what has been going on with me throughout my life. It's nothing to worry about. It's something I can completely live with. Now that I know that it's something that is present in me, I know how to treat and manage it. So a lot of that has to do with a healthy lifestyle, eating the right foods, not being too stressed. I do believe deep down that my body is very efficient, which is why I have this disease, or disorder, I guess you would call it, because my body will immediately let me know if I'm doing something that it's not digging, or something that isn't good for it. It will immediately release a rash or illness or something that makes me wake up and know, hey, I have to change my lifestyle. I shouldn't be eating this certain type of food, or I should be getting more sleep, and I shouldn't be stressing myself to the point where I'm sick. And it's I believe that my body is very efficient at telling me, hey, there's something going on here and we need to fix it. So lupus, something I can handle, something I can deal with, but it's just something that I've been going through for the last few weeks, maybe perhaps, my whole life really, but it really came down on me within the last few weeks. So I always think about my light beauties and my community and my channel and my Ascension world, but I had to take care of my body and myself before I could help anybody else out. So that's what's been going on with me. No worries, don't worry about me at all, anybody. I am completely fine, and I'm just happy that I can and know what's happening, and I can start to take care of myself and maintain a little bit better than I have. So that's that. And when I was sick, I really received a lot of guidance. I could only write down kind of periodically what was going on because I was that ill that I could barely even move off the couch, and speaking just was a no for me at the time. But I held in a lot of these downloads that I received while I was on my sick bed watching reruns of MASH. So I am just itching to present this to you, and here we go. So, Ascension and what it is. Ascension is a beautiful process of rediscovering who you truly are. It is a matter of unraveling what doesn't serve for you in order to bring out what does serve. But as the unraveling process happens, we're going in a circle of good, bad, good, what we perceive as good, bad, what's comfortable for us, what's not comfortable for us. And it's bringing up that negative kind of vibe, feeling, and things going on around us in order for a higher self to snap us out of these old patterns that aren't serving us. We have to literally, it has to kind of throw it in our face. It's almost like hitting rock bottom before you can rise up. It has to throw these things in our face in order for us to realize how that's not serving me, and I need to choose something different. And it's a process of building and building and building from that. But it's hard because a lot of times when those things are surfacing up, you tend to want to fall into a depression, which will drag you back down. And depression is the symptom, but we forget to go back further and find the cause and raise the cause. When we're in depression, we're kind of in this little funk where we just feel like, I don't even care anymore. I just want to throw my hands up and give up. But if we realize that we're on a path of ascension, that this is all happening for a reason, and that it is for a higher purpose, all of the negative bullcrap going on around you, inside of you, all of that has to happen for your soul to shake you, to awake you. And if you keep that thought in the back of your mind, wherever it is, that this is happening to me for a reason, for ascension, for a beautiful process, then you truly never give up. And what I want you also to know is that no matter how hard it's getting, your higher self is giving you these downfalls in order to make you realize this isn't what's serving me, because your higher self can see the future, the past, the present, and all the workings going on around it, and everybody else's perception of things going on around you. And what it's doing is really just, if you're not really fully understanding it, it's just saying, it's slapping you in the face and saying, look, I'm telling you this isn't serving you, and it's not going to serve your future. I can see that you're going down the wrong path, and it's going to hit even worse. It has to hit rock bottom in order to go up. And it's saying, look, sometimes you just have to get these situations that are just seem awful, incurable, but then that is because you're not getting the understanding that your higher self is giving you. Usually when you hit these huge crashes, you can look back to your past and see, I had a minor crash that was similar to it this day, and I had a minor crash similar to it this month, and now I didn't get it. Like, I wasn't really going back to the cause and changing things. So this pattern keeps repeating, and now the more and more the pattern repeats, the more intense it gets. So the more your higher self is screaming at you, saying, okay, I gotta give you something pretty harsh in order for you to understand this. And boom, something really bad happens, and it makes you think, I gotta change my ways. I gotta change my life. I gotta make some positive changes here. Or the next crash, I don't even want to know what that one's gonna be like. But also I want you to know that your higher self will never give you anything that you cannot handle. And God, source, will never give you anything that you cannot handle. So everything, if it seems really, really awful, perhaps it's the last time that you have to go through that. But you can always handle it. And don't be afraid to ask for assistance from your guides, from your own higher self. That's important. Never forget, even when you're asking for your guides, don't forget about your true inner higher self, your divinity. Ask for your higher self to give you guidance. That's what it wants. Ask for source. Ask for anything that makes you happy. Animals that you've had in the past, that passed away, ask them to come to your side. Anything that comforts you in that moment, and just have faith. Always hold the faith. Even if you're walking on the street and you don't know where your next meal is going to be or your next place to sleep, hold that faith, because God will send you an angel in the flesh that will come and that will serve you in situations. But you have to have that faith. If you just throw your hands up and give up and say, I'm just going to lay here and die, and just sit in my misery, then you're blocking all that guidance to come in, to truly come through for you. So, you have to be open to receive. You must, in every dire moment, be happy and open. Maybe not happy. You don't have to be happy. You could be miserable, but still be open to receive, because those are the moments where they're kind of watching you the most. Those are the moments where your higher self is really standing there for you the most. And you will notice the most when those moments happen, and you do hold on to that faith. You're going to notice the most tremendous things, miracles going on around you. That's when you really stop and say, wow, I was near passing and I asked for guidance, and this happened, and it was just a miracle. And you can look and you can see the signs of them showing you that they are there for you, and that what eventually you learn from the downfall is that the downfall had to happen in order for you to become your true self, and to realize that you're never alone. You're always guided. You're always protected by your higher self and by the divine. But if you close yourself off to it, you become a zombie. You shut yourself off, and you don't allow those beautiful energies to come through. And I want you all to realize that there's a lot of self-guilt that might go on with Ascension, and know that the harder it gets, yes, it possibly is because you weren't maintaining yourself. It possibly is because you were hanging out with the wrong crowd. It possibly is because you were trying to help others instead of helping yourself. It could have been that you drank too much. It could have been that you this, you that. It could have been that you lost your job. But realize that self-guilt about the situation is not what is necessary or what is needed. What is needed is self-empowerment. What is needed is and if you can't find that self-empowerment in yourself, then find that self-empowerment in your higher self or in your guides first, and have them come and hold your hand and let you know. Because the more you feel self-guilt about your ascension process, because things will crash down around you. Things will crumble. Things will look dire. Things will get bad. And I'm telling you, bad. But please don't, and it is your fault. Essentially, it is your fault for not listening to your higher guidance. But you could fall into a trap of just that repetitive not listening to your guidance. There's always an opportunity to shift out of that self-doubt, self-despair, and to hold on to your higher self. Even if that means having to shut off nearly every emotion in your body, hold on to yourself. Hold on to your higher guidance. Hold on to your faith. Hold on to your belief in this whole process that yes, you are a light worker. Yes, we are light workers, and we are on this journey to first experience this ascension ourselves so that we can connect with and help others as they are going through the same ascension. I shouldn't say the same ascension, their own ascension in their own way, but their own ascension nonetheless. So everybody's ascension is going to be a little bit different. Every soul needs something a little bit different. And judgment and fault, I say all the time, are a big blocker of hiring yourself up to the next level. Don't worry about the judgment of others. Don't worry about the judgment of yourself. Own up to responsibilities and things that you may have done in the past, but say, my baby soul in the past was not sure what to do in that moment, but I am learning and I am growing through trials and tribulations. I am teaching my own soul, my own self, how to become the highest version of my own self, whatever that may be. And we eventually will come to the realization that everybody's soul journey is their own soul journey, but we are on our way to learning the same higher purpose of love and truth. And truth is the truth of what's inside your heart, the truth of your divinity, the truth of